Hello everyone and welcome back to Anime Villainous Tournament Arc of 2024. It's your boy Chaos, and for today's round 2 game, we're going to be seeing Neverearly versus Egg. The winner of this one gets to go on to play against Lark, our champion of last year. So let's get right into it and see how it turns out. Okay, and here we go with Egg versus Neverearly. Egg is going to win the dice roll, so he will be our starting player. He gets to go first. And he also gets to ban first. Is he going to be... He's going to be banning Gendo. Does not want to deal with Gendo. Very classic Egg maneuver. And Never is going to ban Dio, joining the Dio hate train that some people have been on for this tournament. Don't want to figure out how to play against how to play against Dio, so they're just going to ban him. I think I mixed up Gendo's and Dio's names. This is the second game I've recorded today. I cannot begin to tell you how long I've been commentating, because I also did, like a 3.5 hour stream earlier with a friend, etc. So, you know, we're going to hope that my brain doesn't break down during this. And we're going to be seeing Cell versus Father, by the way, which is great because now, finally, I can use another Father image in a thumbnail because I have only gotten to use him once in a thumbnail. That is not who you chose, sir. All right, a little bit of a jump cut there. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we're good to go now. We're going to see Egg going first here as Cell. He's going over to the arena, doing an immediate fate, throwing out a recon early, playing Winry to the top fate at Lior, and then messing with the fate deck. Going to be getting rid of Umbra's Circle and Automail. Very strong Winry to get those cards out of the way early on those fates, and that will be Egg's turn. And then we are over to Neverearly. They're playing fast, going straight to Fort Briggs, going for a fate immediately. He's going to get TN. Pretty good TN here. There is no way for Cell to uncover this. He can very easily kill TN on his turn, but he won't be doing much else. Big discard from Neverearly, which is going to trigger Recon on Egg. There's Android 18 very early, which he loves to see. Very good for him. You can't play Appeal to Pride during your opponent's turn. What are you doing? That's going to be Greed. Oh, and then Egg doesn't have a card to kill TN. He's just going to throw down Appeal to Pride and immediately end his turn. That is very unfortunate for Egg. Very bad TN timing right out the gate. Then Never is going to take advantage of this. He's going to go over to Central and defeat Winry and play Flask? How bad must his hand have been? Egg is getting a little ahead of himself here. There's the end of Never's turn. We're back over to Egg. He's going to go gain 1 at Carnival. Discarding his Cell Juniors, not using them. Wants to dig faster to other cards. We're going to see him get Ling Yao and Riza. He's going to throw Riza down at Lior to cover that and end his turn. Oh my goodness, these guys are playing as fast as, like, butter does. What the heck? Why are they going so quick? It's so hard to commentate. Here we go. Never finally had to stop and think for a second. We're going to see a Promised Day immediately get Lust. Not too bad of a pull. Not the best pull, but definitely not a bad one, I would say. Not strong enough to kill Riza, which is a bit problematic. Ooh, and then just hard playing Pride. I see why he went to Xerxes now. I was wondering why he went to Xerxes over Fort Briggs when he was playing whatchamacallit. Android 17, that is not the Android we saw him pull earlier. We're going to see a Recon thrown down. A little surprised by the Recon here when we know he has the other Android in hand. So he's got 17 in play, he's got 18 in hand, so there is a very high chance of Egg being able to just rush this. We're going to see the Recon trigger. He got Multiform out of it, and he only lost an Absorb, so that Recon actually worked out pretty nicely in his favor, I would say. Ooh, not a good fate for Never. Not a good fate for Never, taking away that bit of power, not much else. But he's got Gluttony set up now, so very strong position for him. We're going to see Egg go over to Gingertown to just play. Is he just going to play the Multiform and move it? Indeed, he is. So if he has Perfect Barrier or Absorb, he is set up to get the kill here. Dude, this man hates Cell Juniors. Egg must not have a true alchemy. He's going to go throw down Philo Stone, which means he can kill Riza without losing anyone. He would have had to have lost otherwise. We're going to see Egg go for the fate. I've got to move. So, my goodness, these guys are playing so fast. It's like they've got like a timer connected to their hearts, and it's like if you take longer than 26 seconds on a turn, you will die. What the heck is their problem? We are going to see the Absorb on Android 17, so Egg is going to get him out immediately. That will switch him into semi-perfect, draw him 4 cards, and we know that he has 18 in hand, even with 10 cards left in his deck. Never, while Cell has made some incredible progress here, Never has gotten his first token with Starter War here, and also has a very strong setup of allies. His main warrior right now is Mustang at the moment. We're going to see Trunks go to Arena. I think that Never's got the right idea here. He could try and place Trunks to mess up with Multiform on hitting Android 18, but I actually think just covering Arena as much as possible to prevent the Fates is most important to him, because he just needs to rush here hardcore. We're going to see Egg go over to Tropical Island, gain 3. Probably going to throw down 18. Or he's going to Region first for 3, and then gain his 3. But, yeah, going to throw down 18 and immediately move Multiform. So he's set up to enter Showdown immediately. They're playing fast. This might be, like, the fastest video we have in this tournament arc. My goodness. We're, like, I don't know, like 4 minutes in, and Cell's about to enter Showdown. Father has a super setup board with a token down. Krillin here is a great get for Neverearly. That's going to block up Arena even more and keep 18 from being killed. And then we're going to see a hard play on Wrath to Xerxes to start setting up for this next token. Egg is going to go here. I think he's discarded 3-cell juniors. He might have the last one in hand. If he has the last one or Special Beam, he can get rid of Krillin and punch Tien, which would be a pretty strong turn for him, all things considered. He's just going to play Bug Drone and punch Krillin. That's also perfectly fine. You don't gain a power off of that because Trunks exists. Yeah, he's playing it to 18 instead. That makes sense. That'll be his turn. We also have Armstrong blocking Central City now, which is pretty annoying. 16, really unfortunate for Egg. The Krillin and 16 timing was very good there. Might see Egg go to Gingertown to try and fish for Special Beam if he doesn't already have it, but he might also just want to put on some Fate Pressure at Carnival. He really wants to draw into Mustang right now to... we're going to see the True Alchemy to move Lust, not moving Pride. He's thinking about it. Leaving Pride at Lior makes it more defended, but honestly, when Mustang could come up at any time, out of 7 cards, which is fairly likely, I feel like you're probably better off baiting the Mustang play to Xerxes instead of having it go to Lior and covering that top Fate, because Never really needs to keep his Fate pressure right now to be able to keep Cell from getting into Showdown and closing out the game really fast. Unfortunate to see Edward here with Hohenheim, because Wrath is out. Edward is dead, basically, no matter where he goes. Unfortunate to get them both at once. At least he didn't get to Mustang with one of them, which is pretty nice. This might force Egg to go to Central City, which he's not going to accomplish much unless he has Egg. If Never has... I keep mixing up their names, in my brain at least. If Never has Shapeshifter in hand, this could be a really strong turn for him. Get rid of Ed. Shapeshifter? Yeah, Shapeshifter. That'll get rid of Armstrong, and he gets to use Flask if he wants. That is going to trigger Appeal to Pride. Probably move Trunks out of there, but also 16 works. He'd rather go to Tropical and gain 3. We could see a Kamehameha, like... No, he can't do it that way, because he can't Kamehameha then punch 16. Never mind, I'm stupid. Special Beam for 2 on 16. He gains net 1 there, and then throwing down Supercomputer and just doing the double move on Multiform, making sure that a Time Chamber doesn't keep him from, or a Senzu being Krillin, doesn't keep him from pulling it off. We actually going to see Never go to Xerxes here instead of fading? A Senzu being 16, no, Senzu being passed earlier, actually. I don't think there's anything that stops him here. So he might just be, oh, he's checking right now to see what he could do. I don't think there's anything that can stop the 18 kill here. Yeah, he's just going to go gain 3 at Xerxes. He has enough to put a war token, transmutation token rather, here at Xerxes, which would be pretty strong. Going to throw down a mannequin for free, and then he is going to start the war, so he's at 2 now. Very strong territory setup, all things considered, but Mustang is coming up on one of these cards, which will kill Pride. So not incredibly strong, but still pretty strong. Especially the Gluttony Philostone Mannequin combo at a Transmutation Token Lior is really strong. There's that Last Cell Junior going to Arena. Egg is setting up for a Showdown here. It'll help him punch through it because he has a lot of heroes to get through there. He's going to Fate. He's going to get Alphonse and Scar, and it's going to be Alphonse to Lior. Honestly, I might put Alphonse at Central here, but putting Scar at Central, also very fair. You got a chance at hitting Wrath here, though. I'm not sure which one is the better play. I think I might have gone with Scar at Central, but I think this is also very fair. And then we're seeing the Cell games, which is just hero after hero. He got Goku and Gohan, but he also got Mr. Satan, which is pretty good. Yeah, Mr. Satan to Arena, and then he's putting Goku at Carnival, so it's an easy punch on one of his bottom Fate turns. I feel like it might have been better to put Gohan, to flip Gohan and Goku, just so you can ping-pong Piccolo and Gohan with multiform, but I also understand wanting to be able to easily punch Goku while at the bottom Fate. We're going to see Never go over to Lior and gain one. He's going to shuffle in a ton of cards. Go for a Fate here, a full one. Yeah, it's Crippling Blow. Time Chamber's pretty nice here. Probably want to hit Piccolo and Goku. Honestly, you probably want to hit Piccolo and Gohan, because Goku is so likely to just get hit by a Perfect Barrier or an Absorb kill when Cell moves back to Carnival next turn. I highly doubt that's going to change. He's also easy to hit with the multiform while moving back and forth on Gohan or Piccolo. So, I feel like Gohan might have been the better pick there because Piccolo and Gohan are so far apart, but Goku is decent enough. We're going to see a Promise Day, which is going to hit Sloth in the end. Pretty good pull. It looks like Never is just going to let Central City be controlled by Scar for a little bit and focus on getting Fort Briggs done first, which I can understand. Was that a special beam? Kamehameha works just as well. And then the Cell Jr. to kill Tien. That's going to open up Arena, maybe. And then a Disappearances. That's going to be 4, which puts Cell at a very, very strong number for killing. There's Mustang. Right on to Pride. I think it's Pride here no matter what. You might consider Sloth just because he's at 4 Briggs, but then, like, Pride moves over and yada, yada, yada. I think killing Pride is absolutely the play here. This is going to be a pretty close game. It's really going to come down to how quickly... I would say that Egg is definitely favored here. It's going to depend on how quickly Never can get the token here and then start setting up Central while keeping this Fate pressure alive. Senzu here is pretty good. I think all the Cell Juniors are in the discard. I don't know about Special Beam, though, so you might be able to risk playing Tien to Arena here. But Krillin is also pretty good because Krillin means that Goku cannot be killed this turn. I'm pretty certain. As long as you put Krillin to, like, Arena. Yeah, it's going to be Krillin to Arena. I think that's probably the play. And then we're going to see another Promise Day. Really wants to hit good here. Greed is good enough. So he can actually get the war here by going to Xerxes. He'll only be able to gain 3 and then play out the war, but honestly, it might be the play because he really needs to get this war ASAP. We're going to see a Cell Jr. thrown down at Krillin to punch later. Open up Arena easily. Automail is actually pretty darn good here. But I was about to say, Armstrong is even better. Cover up Lior, stop that Fate pressure. Wasn't able to kill Goku, unfortunately, but this puts Never in a really rough position. He can still get the 3rd token, though, and that is what he's going to do, it looks like. Or he could play Shapeshifter and just shoot Mustang here and bank power for a second, but Umbra Circles are likely. I feel like if he's moving here instead of trying to do a Vanquish of some kind, I feel like... Although he was only at 1 power before, he might not have any Vanquishes he can really do. Yeah, that sucks. He's going to set up Envy to get rid of Scar instead. I don't know if he had the starter war or not, but he really needed to get that war there, I feel like. We're going to see a Perfect Barrier for a free Cell Jr. kill on Krillin, followed by Disappearances for some major power gain. Alphonse and Automail here. Yeah, Automail on Armstrong will hurt a lot. Also kind of hurts on Mustang. I feel like Armstrong might have been the better play there. Oh, he's actually going to go for Alphonse. Alphonse is also a very fair play here. Really cover up Central so that it's not opened up upon killing Scar. That's going to be a major pain for Neverearly. I think Neverearly has made kind of like the classic, not necessarily mistake, but run into the classic father problem. He focused on getting tokens and making progress, and it was working pretty well for him. But unfortunately, he let heroes stack a little too much instead of hard focusing on clearing them out. And now he's like, every fate feels that much more devastating. It's kind of like there's like compound interest, I guess is the way to say it, for fating father. Every time you fate father, each fate that you get on him is subsequently better based on how many other fate cards are currently in play. Android 16 here is very annoying. He's debating if he wants to time chamber Goku and Piccolo instead, which is also a good play, but I think 16 is probably the go-to, because he really just wants to, like, make Arena as annoying to use as possible, because Never really needs to buy himself some time on Fates. Gonna see some discards. And then we're gonna see a True Alchemy to move over Lust. He wants to open back up his top fate, or no, he wants to set up an even easier war? You've about got enough power for the war. I'm not too sure about that one. But he is going to go for it. Now, well, he can get this war no matter what positions he's at, so he can, like, go kill Scar and start the war at the same time. Discarding Father's Throne when you've got Wrath in the discard. An interesting and maybe even bold play, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him. But yeah, for Father, like, every time there's a Fate card in play, any Fate that comes out is subsequently stronger. We're going to see the Umbra Circle to bring him down to 0 power here. I definitely understand doing that because it, like, makes the war more annoying, but honestly, I could have seen a Winry there to really dig for, like, Edward. An Edward play would be devastating right now, especially with Wrath in the discard. Little bit of Time Machine draw shenanigans. Still can't get rid of Goku because 16 is in the way. What is Never gonna do here? He really needs to start clearing out these heroes. I think he tunnel visioned a little too much on setting up the war at Fort Briggs. Honestly, I think it would have been better for him that last turn when he moved Lust to, like, move Greed over and try and get a Greed kill on Mustang, a little bit of a kickback from Lust, and focus on clearing up his territory. Playing a Mannequin Soldier and then using Envy to get rid of Scar, so he's doing a little bit of that cleanup now. He gets some big draw from Flask, which is very nice. He's got a really strong setup for the token over here, but more so than the token, he just really needs to open up mainly his top fate, but just open up his territory in general. Hohenheim is great here to cover the top fate. It's unfortunate to get Gate of Truth at the same time, because honestly, there's a world where Gate of Truth might even be the right play here, because you already have such a strong setup of heroes. But with the Mannequin Soldier setup with the Philo Stone, I think Hohenheim is definitely the right play. We're going to see an Explosive Coercion for 1. He's going to use that to get an Instant Transmit and a Kamehameha, setting up his hand very nicely. Is he gonna play something? He's thinking about it. An Instant Transmit? Honestly, I'd probably Instant Transmit the Supercomputer to Carnival. You're going between Arena and Carnival basically every turn. You really want Supercomputer here. You'll get so much more use out of it long term, because he hasn't used Supercomputer in, like, 4 or 5 turns. And he's not going to be moving to Tropical Island to, like, unless he's really desperate for power. Because he can't, like, kill Gohan anytime soon with it. If he sets up the Supercomputer, he gets to go to, like, Carnival next turn and then potentially punch Goku with an Absorb or something, move the Multiform into Piccolo or Gohan. I think that's the better play. He might be hearing me. He's hearing me say this right now. He's logged into my computer. He hears my comms. Yeah, that's going to be a much better setup for him now. Never is really hoping that he does not have a card that can get rid of Goku here, and he's actually going to Fate to try and get a card to stop that from happening. Never is trying to figure out what these two cards are to see if he wants to focus on multi-fating here. What will his decision be? He's trying very hard to remember. I think there's a Crippling Blow in here. It might be Crippling Blow Time Chamber? Actually, don't know. Have we seen Vegeta go by? It's full Fate. Oh, it was Crippling Blow Vegeta. I knew there was a Crippling Blow in there. Yeah, just want to throw Vegeta at Arena, force him to use Special Beam or a Cell Jr. to open it back up. And got a good hit on Human Energy there for 2. And then he gained his 1 at Fort Briggs as well, I believe. So getting back up to 3 power is really strong. He's set up to get this war here. Egg is going to focus on Piccolo first with the multiform rather than Gohan. Does he have a card to punch Goku here? No, he's playing Explosive for 2. Got a Perfect Barrier and a Cell Jr. Not bad. We're probably going to see him go and take a turn, either at Gingertown to discard Perfect Barrier, kill Piccolo, or Tropical to get some power and just play something. Yeah, +1 on Goku has been putting in work. He's deciding to take Regen instead of Cell Jr. Very smart. He could do a huge power gain turn at Tropical Island with this, which I think might be his play. We're going to see the Umbra Circle to get rid of that 3 power again. Just really does not want him to get the token here. Honestly, at this point, with the top fate as covered as it is, I feel like you probably go to Xerxes and just get the war. And indeed, that's what's going to happen. He's going to have to spend 2 on it. And he is going to shuffle it back in. He wants to make sure that he can... I think there's 1 in the discard, maybe? He wants to make sure that he doesn't have a hard time drawing into the last one. Because this is a really rough position for Father, but what he really wants to do to win now is get the... yeah, we're going to see the big Regen gain turn at Tropical, so now he's very set up to do some killing. But what he really wants to do now is just get that last token and enter Divinity. Time Chamber here, I think, is actually incredible. Krillin does a very similar job, but it might be better to Time Chamber instead of rely on Krillin for it, because he has a very easy open at Arena anyway. I feel like you probably Time Chamber Vegeta and... probably Piccolo. I would probably hit Piccolo here, because Goku, with the positioning and all, is unlikely to live like multiform, plus like we know he has a perfect barrier, I think. Krillin at Arena also kind of works similarly, but the thing is that now he's going to very easily be able to kill Krillin and Vegeta to just open that up. But that might be the better play, to be honest. It's a bit of a hard pick. I think I might have gone Time Chamber myself, but Krillin is also a very fair play. The thing is Krillin is also an annoying Senzu target, but... we'll see how this plays out for him. What is Never going to do? He is going to go to Carnival. He might still be able to kill Goku. He can move the multiform. That's 1 strength. Then he just has to use the perfect barrier or something else. Now, Edward here is a big problem for Never. And this is why, like, every subsequent fate hurts more and more and more. With Envy here, he needs 7 power with the auto mail out to be able to fate. No, don't put him there. Don't let him kill him. You should put him at probably Xerxes. Playing Riza instead. It's not a bad play. It means that Envy has to be used on Riza instead of Alphonse. I feel like I still would have played Edward here to a really safe location like Xerxes, but fair enough. We're going to see the perfect barrier and then punch on Goku. I think the Riza play is still plenty fine enough, to be honest. The thing is, his father is in such a bad position here that, like, it sucks for him no matter what. We could see a play of a true alchemy. No, Philosopher's Stone won't work with Hohenheim. We could see a play of a Shapeshifter here to get the kill. Shapeshifter, this is kind of the moments that Shapeshifter is meant for, because Never just really needs to clear out as much space as he possibly can. He's changing his mind and going to Xerxes here, instead of going and getting the kills on Riza and Alphonse. He still needs 2 more. Oh, to just throw out Pride. Okay. Now he's actually in a really good position because he just needs 4 power to get that war, which is why I think Edward might have been... oh, well, Riza is still blocking it, actually, so it's more than that. But I think a far away Edward still might have been the better play there for that reason. We're going to see a double Kamehameha to take out both of them, then throwing down an Appeal to Pride, followed by a Fate. Gate of Truth here, probably. Yeah. Yeah, losing his ability right now is really annoying. Really, really annoying. And Egg is in a really strong position where he wants to go to Carnival to weaken Piccolo anyway and just get a little bit of power gain. We're going to see Never go over to Fort Briggs. There's a world, it's a really difficult world because Riza is in play and an automail, like an automail to Hohenheim is like demonstrably bad right now. But, or actually an automail to Armstrong would be even worse because Armstrong is also 5, but his ability isn't like turning off all the items. If Egg pulls an automail soon, it could be like game over basically because Never is having so much trouble. He's also having a big ping spike right now. Hopefully it's not going to cause any problems. Never is in a really bad position to try and get Central City set up here. He needs 6 power. He can only gain get up to 5 on his next turn. We're going to see a Senzu on Goku, which is pretty strong. Discarding Divinity. Discarding Divinity, I mean, you got to dig to be able to get this token, but with Hohenheim out, you can't use the Philo Stone to get Divinity later, so that's going to be really rough. Because he really needs to, get into Showdown ASAP and play Divinity. Gluttony isn't really going to help here because Riza is out. I think, yeah, it's still the right play. You use Envy on Pride to get rid of Riza, and then you have Pride Gluttony set up. He really needs to have that other True Alchemy in hand to just open Central so he can try and get this token down ASAP. We are going to see Egg go over to Carnival. If Egg hits an automail, like, it's not like game over, but it's going to be really, really hard if an automail gets slapped down on Armstrong or even Mustang at this point, and there's the automail. He is going to put it on Mustang over Armstrong, which I think is fair. I feel like Armstrong might be the better play overall because there is the very simple, like, move greed over and then just punch Mustang to get out of it. It's way harder to get the token off of Armstrong now without, like, having to move Pride out of position, which moving Pride out of position right now and not killing Hohenheim would really suck, I feel like. We're going to see Egg move over Multiform and hit Gohan with a -1. He's going to focus on weakening him instead of Piccolo here. Oh, and then the instant transmit to move it over to Piccolo. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like you probably should have ended with Multiform over at, like, the Gohan Goku side of the board, but, well, no, now you can easily start moving it back into Gohan. That's fair, too. I think either would work. We're going to see Never go over to Xerxes and get up to 5, but that's not quite enough with Riza in play. He's got 4 strength of allies here total, I believe, so he needed 6. We're going to see a Promise Day for 2. Wrath is in the discard. I'm not sure who he's really... Oh, he's reshuffling for Wrath is what he's doing. He really needs to pull Wrath here to... Ooh, and he got him. He got him. Honestly, I think Wrath to Central and then just bank on, like, not getting hit by an Umbra Circle to get that last token out is the way to go here. Because that's 3... Because of Riza doing -1, that's 1 for Envy, 3 for Pride, 3 for Wrath. That's 7. He has enough. Oh, and we're not going to see a Fate from Egg, because he wants power. Oh, he couldn't do the Fate because he didn't have the power. He's going to get to punch Gohan, and Senzu just went by, so it's very unlikely to come back. He's in a very strong position to potentially take the game here. Never has to play very, very quickly. And he still has to get rid of Gate of Truth for Showdown to really make the difference as well. There's the War for 3, I think it is. You only pay 1 there? I think it's for 3. Did I do math bad? Did he not account for Riza? I think that should have cost more, unless I'm stupid. Yeah, there we go. They realize now. Did it cost the whole 4? It should have cost 3. You had 4. He should have 1 power left. Well, that's his problem, not mine. Unless I counted wrong. You're 1 strength. You're 3. You're 3. You're 0. 7. Cost 3. He was at 4. Oh, automail's in play. I'm the stupid one. It just took me a second. I forgot that automail got put on Mustang because I still thought when automail was pulled, it would be put on Armstrong instead. So I was like, oh, there's no automail on Armstrong, so he hasn't pulled an automail yet, but he did. It's on Mustang. I just completely forgot that he put it on Mustang instead. We're going to see him put Android 16 at Arena. We know Divinity is in the discard, and Gate of Truth needs to go, so this is very much Egg's game to lose. I think he has a very, very strong advantage here. Special Beam. Special Beam to get rid of 16, and then he'll just punch Goku and end his turn. There is a decent chance that he can win on his turn. He just needs, like, Kamehameha and then, like, disappearances. Something to gain 1 extra power while at Tropical Islands. And Never is super fate-locked, so if Egg has the cards in hand he needs to win, then it's game. I think the best thing to do here is to go use Pride to start opening up Central City. He's going to go there instead. He's going to do that move that I talked about earlier because he wants to get the automail out of here ASAP. Does he have it? Oh, he can just move Bug Drone. He just needs the Kamehameha. I forgot that he would just be able to move Bug Drone. Yeah. And that will do it. That is game for Egg. Yeah. Just, unfortunately, Neverearly couldn't really recover from those early fates. They sat a little too long, and as a result, he was unable to kind of, like, claw back. Still got to Showdown, which is incredible, but with Gate of Truth and Hohenheim both out, this Showdown, and an automail that hadn't been gotten rid of yet, he just had to set up for it. He wasn't really... Oh, he got back to Divinity. How did he get back to Divinity that fast? Did he not discard it earlier? Did he undo that discard? I actually don't know. I might have missed something there. Maybe he undid that discard earlier when I thought he was discarding it. Or maybe he really did just... Oh, no. He did the True Alchemy reshuffle into Wrath, and it must have... he went through that deck a lot faster than I realized. Sorry, like I said, I've commentated a lot today. I'm a little slow on the uptake. You're gonna have to cut me some slack. But that's game 1 for Egg. So now Never will get to ban first going into game 2. No jump cuts needed. He is gonna ban Dio again. Does not want to play against Dio. And we're going to see that Egg is going to ban All for One. He does not want to deal with All for One here. And following that, Egg will be picking Cell. Cell is pretty good at playing from behind. I think I've started to realize this a lot myself recently, and I've been mentioning it during this tournament. I do, as I really sat down and thought about it as the tournament was going, I think Cell is one of the best characters to be playing from behind. So, and we are going to see the Gendo game. We are going to see the Gendo game. Egg is going to have to play against Gendo. As we all may or may not know, Egg does not like playing against Gendo. But, honestly, if he plays his cards right and he gets some good fate timing here, Cell can definitely win this matchup. I think it's a little Gendo favored, all things considered. It's especially nice for Gendo that he gets to go first because if he has a hand that can work well enough with it, he can choose to go to Terminal Dogma turn 1 to try and get an early arena cover. The thing is Gendo is very fate resistant, but there's a scenario where you kind of like get over the hump, as it were, with Gendo. You don't want Gendo to, you don't want your opponent as Gendo to be able to cycle your fate deck easily. So he does still really want to cover Arena and make Arena annoying for Cell to use. Yeah. Getting Trunks there is a pretty good first one. I'm a little confused as to why he went to Tokyo 3 here. He had Purpose of Nerve. He had a really good Tokyo turn, to be honest. Unless his hand is just so incredible, he's like, I can't possibly discard any of this. No hero on the first fate for Egg, so Terminal Dogma is still open. Similar to needing to get a time stop on QB, it's pretty important to get an early hero to cover up Terminal Dogma against Gendo. We're going to see a Nerve Tank and Asuka thrown down, and then presumably a lot of discarding. He discarded a lot there. I wonder why he didn't Terminal Dogma turn 1 if he was going to be playing Purpose of Nerve anyway. We're going to see a Special Beam to get Trunks out of here. Getting Special Beam in those first 7 cards is a very big deal for Egg, and he's also going to be putting Supercomputer back at Tropical Island. He likes the double move. There's the Mass Production Ava. It is set up to die, but that is going to like take up some resources and time for Neverearly. The biggest thing that slows down Gendo is taking play a card actions. So the more you can make him have to take play a card actions, even by just making him use a Nerve Tank he played, the better. The rougher it will be for him. Not a great fate for Never. Krillin doesn't do a lot here. He's very easy to kill, but it's someone on Arena, which is useful. Gonna see Egg. He's gonna multi-fate here, and he got another mass production on it, which is very, very good for him. This is about the time that you want to be multi-fating when you already have a hero on Terminal Dogma and you haven't even pulled a red alert yet. Probably wants to multi-fate most of the game now, to be honest. At least up until Never initiates Adam. We are going to see him get rid of one of the mass production Avas. He's got a lot of stuff set up in Tokyo 3. Egg is going to head over to Tropical. Must not have a way to uncover Arena, or he just doesn't want to fate too much right now, which honestly makes a lot of sense. Straight into the Absorb on 17, playing him to his location and absorbing immediately. Does have the move with Supercomputer. Could go ahead and put it at Carnival. I think it's usually just better at Carnival. I think that's the right play. Egg goes to Tokyo 3 a lot. He does have to keep some good fate pressure on Cell, so I understand it. I'm just really confuzzled by not taking those early Terminal Dogma turns. Vegeta at Arena is really good here, really locks it down, especially with Krillin out, and makes Purpose of Nerve very likely to trigger if Egg tries to open it. And then he's got Ava 01 on Shinji here, so he's not super set up. His cards are starting to go back into his hand. He's got too many cards. He's not incredibly well set up for Adam at the moment, but he's getting very close to where he can afford to start doing Adam, and that Purpose of Nerve is going to help him a lot. We're going to see an Explosive Coercion. He's going to spend 1, I believe that was. He's just going to take 18 and ditch the Instant Transmission. So he has his other android in hand. We're going to see Egg go over to Nerve HQ, gain some power. He is loaded on power right now, which means we'll probably be seeing some like Nerve artillery potentially. This could even be a sector lockdown game. He's going to throw down Ray. He's got all the kids out. That's a lot of kids. And he is going to go straight into Adam here. Straight into Adam with no tank set up. He's got sync failed out. So I don't know about this. Egg isn't even too worried. He's just going to go ahead and get into semi-perfect instead of trying to get an initial red alert off. The only thing Egg really has to worry about now is an unlucky... Ooh, Ariel as well. He basically... he might have been hoping on getting anything but a 5 strengther. He could have used the 2 kids. He's got Asuka and Ray both at 1 strength. 2 kids plus a nerve could have done it. If he has a nerve tank in hand plus another nerve tank, he can still do it at Command Center with Misato, but it's going to take a lot more materials than he probably wanted. Now he's going to throw down the Magi. I think what we're probably looking at here is he's just going to be looking at trying to get his hands on 3rd Impact to kill Ariel, because he's going to have to discard 2 cards here, which is going to move Ariel out of place. He could try and stack allies all the way at Terminal Dogma and just get Ariel down there, because Ariel will do a lot of moving. But honestly, I feel like you're probably looking at 3rd Impact. Did he not? He activated the Magi, right? He has to discard for that. Like, I hope he realizes. Unless I missed something. Did he not activate the Magi here? No, he played the Magi with Misato and then drew 2 for Ritsuko. My bad. Again, it's been a long day for your boy. Been a long day for your boy. So he played the Magi with Misato and then Ritsuko's ability. I don't usually use Ritsuko. That's why I was confused. And then he played the Fruit of Life, which that Fruit of Life play should move Ariel. He discarded some cards. Oh, no, wait. Ariel doesn't do that anymore. That's right, because Ariel is hand or location. Ariel used to be slightly different. He got a clarity change. But, so Ariel does not move here, actually. He doesn't move off of Fruit of Knowledge anymore. Does he still move on the technical discard of the effect being played? No, I don't think so. Falk would tell it to move if it needs to move. Ariel is such a weird card. That's why he had a clarity change in the first place. I think the clarity change, like, all of the questions, I'm like, would he move on this? The answer is no, because of the clarity change, and that's why we did that. Time Chamber in 16 here. I'm gonna be honest. 16 is probably the better play. There's a part of me that is like, Time Chamber is really good here. Get Vegeta up to 5, so it's like even more expensive for the special beam if that's the route that Egg wants to take. But also it gets 18 up to 5. Because really what Never wants to do here right now is just keep Cell stalled in semi-perfect as long as he can. There's Multiform. That'll get her down 1 and then move Multiform over. Multi-Fate into AT field. I'm gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't have even faded here on Gendo, but it was a calculated risk, 3 cards out of 10, and it has gotten him closer to red alerts. He just has to be really wary of pulling 2 red alerts. Yeah, there's the 3rd Impact. That's why I feel like the 3rd Impact was so incredibly telegraphed and clear here. I probably would have just honestly not faded or tried to move to a different location. He's also going to get to open up Terminal Dogma. Very strong term for Never. Disappearances, big power gain, moving Multiform back into Android 18. All he needs is a perfect barrier or an instant transmission with Supercomputer will do it, or an Absorb, and 18 is dead. Gonna throw out a Reconnaissance, probably wants to draw more. Leliel only needs 1 ally to be able to kill Leliel, words. There's the Nerve Tank. So he can use Nerve Tank plus Asuka and Ray. I believe he activated for that one, so he drew 2. He activated Misato to play that Nerve Tank, which triggered Ritsuko to draw 2 cards. I have the hiccups suddenly? That's gotta stop. I don't have time for that. Ooh, and we are gonna see a horrible truth on Ritsuko to have the tanks plus the kids kill Leliel to just really get blitzing. So, a strong move to kill, but I'm gonna be honest, he is really, really light on things, and he has 3 red alerts coming up. Like, right now, if I was a betting man, I'd be putting bets on Cell getting this, even with Goku coming out. Honestly, I think Goku to Arena is the right play here. You really need Arena stacked. You need to keep Arena stacked, because stopping Cell from being able to reach a reshuffle or being able to effectively... Gendo basically has to hope for good red alert timing now. Yeah, flip his mover upside down. That'll stop him. He did get a red alert, not two. Really good pull here. But yeah, Never basically has to hope for a little bit of bad red alert timing and keeping Cell fate locked long enough that he can't try and rush through the fate deck to get to reshuffles. That's kind of what he needs right now to make sure that he can do this fast enough, especially with this, like, really weak setup. He doesn't even have Ava Cage out. He might play Ava Cage on his turn, though, which would be... He'd be in a decent position, but if a 5-strengther comes out on one of these pulls, if he gets Tabris, or if a Fruit of Life puts Ariel back on top, or he gets the other thing. There's the Absorb on 18, by the way, so we're going to see Cell get into perfect here. But he can be in a really, really bad situation here with the serious lack of setup that he has. There's Cell Games. He is going to get the TN pull here, which is very good, and he's going to get to discard. He's going to get to have... Senzu being in his discard, and he pulled Mr. Satan on the reshuffle, which is very nice. Got a few more effects than you'd probably like, because that means a reshuffle is more likely back into Senzu Beans and back into the heroes that he's probably going to be killing. 50-50 shot of getting 16 here as well, which would be very annoying for Egg. Ooh, I don't know about that play. I'm not sure about putting Mr. Satan there and Tien over at Arena, because that is still one more person to kill. Egg can probably afford it, though, because, again, he is not in a good position here. Even if he is about to get his second token, he is not in a strong position. Are we going to see the play Ava Cage activate? I don't know if we've seen Betrayal go by. A Betrayal on Shinji would also be kind of catastrophic for Never here. He's going to play Nerve Artillery. 2 Nerve Artillery. Okay. He's going to do a major setup for a kill. What? Oh, Egg. Right, Egg isn't moving. I thought, like, Egg hasn't moved yet. Betrayal, but he's going to hit Misato with the Betrayal instead of Shinji here. I understand the reasoning. Okay, yeah, I was about to say. I understand the reasoning. Misato is very useful. But I feel like getting his one child out of here is way more important, because now he's got to get the child back out as well as a robot. We're going to see a Cell Jr. and a multi-form move. Cell Jr. thrown down, multi-form move, and he gets to clash Mr. Satan! Honestly, I'm not sure I agree with the Mr. Satan going there play, but I heavily respect it just because he got to clash Mr. Satan. And we did get Armisail here, and so now with Shinji gone, this is a really, really rough position for Never. This is a very rough position, and he still has one more token to go, and there are 2 red alerts in these 5 cards. Unless Egg gets unlucky and pulls a double red alert, this is not looking good for Never. 16 is pretty nice here. Really messes with clashing. But with the amount of power that Egg has, we're probably going to see a Kamehameha or another Cell Jr. fix this problem for him. He can easily go to Arena, get the kill on 16 somehow, and punch Goku. That's probably what he wants to do the most right now. Start cleaning up Arena. There is still a possibility that Never could get lucky with some red alerts and really blow through, like, Armisail and all here. The thing is he just has so little setup to have to kill at minimum 2 more Angels. At minimum, he has to kill 3 more. He has to kill Armisail. Even if Egg pulls a double red alert, he's gonna get a red alert before Gendo hits Showdown, and then he has one more Angel to play with an Instrumentality token. As someone who plays Gendo a lot, I really don't see Never in this position without some really good deck ordering and making really good use of that deck ordering, being able to get into Showdown before Cell can clean this up. Cell has 7 power. He's got a Cell Jr. at Arena. Piccolo is weak. Only Vegeta is at 5 strength. I think Gohan is waiting on a reshuffle. Like, it is just is a really, really good position for him. We are going to see the Cell Jr. immediately kill Goku. Kill Goku and then a double Kamehameha kill, like, Piccolo 16. I think is what we're about to see. We're going to see him play Ritsuko with the Marduk Institute instead of a child. Interesting. Also, he didn't clash with Shinji last turn? There's the double Kamehameha. I think Android 16 and Trunks are absolutely the ones to get here, and then punch Tien. And Multiform is in position while at Carnival to move into Vegeta. This is a very, very strong position for Egg. It's his game to lose, as I like to say. I do not think Never is in a good enough position to get out of this, especially when he's taking time at, like, Command Center to get kills and all. There's like at least basically one guaranteed red alert here. The odds of not getting the red alert are practically zilch. The 2 red alerts would have to be the very bottom, and then somehow Never would have to get a kill set up before Cell can get a second fade off. I just don't see that happening. I just do not see that happening. We're going to see Egg go gain 1 at Carnival, probably move the multiform into Vegeta to weaken him up. If he has like a Cell Jr. or a Kamehameha, he can set up game here. He is going to get 1 red alert, which means there's another like guaranteed red alert here, unless I missed one at some point, which is entirely possible. But this is... I really don't see Never coming back from this one. I hate to be so defeatist in the commentary, but it would surprise me, to say the least. It would surprise me. Egg has game on board right here. He just needs to have, like, Kamehameha. Kamehameha or a Cell Jr. wins the game here. And the fact that he's keeping a card in his hand means it must be a card that wins him the game. So, like, Gendo has to fate, and if, Ramiel isn't the one who moves on no power, so Ramiel won't move if he, doesn't gain power this turn. Activate on the Magi, gonna draw 3, discard 2, and then draw 2 because of Ritsuko. He really needs to draw into some strong cards right now. Looking and seeing if multi-fating is necessary here. I think one of these is Crippling Blow, so it's probably a full fate. I don't actually know what these cards are. Gohan and Senzu are both in the discard, I think. So is 16 and Goku. Whatever these fates are, they're nothing incredible unless I've really forgotten the discard. Oh no, Gohan was actually in the... Right, he got I remember, he died and went into the reshuffle after the Senzu was discarded or something like that. Gohan could definitely buy Never some time here. I don't think it's going to buy him enough time, but it will buy him some time. Yeah, I totally misremembered that discard pile. It's my bad. Going to Tropical Island? Playing Bug Drone and then just punching Piccolo? Fair enough. I'm a little surprised he didn't go Open Arena instead of go for power gain. He might have self-destruct to deal with Gohan, but I don't think he can win on his turn. He can Special Beam Gohan, but I don't think he can get rid of Gohan and Vegeta this turn. We are going to see Never go to Command Center, and he is going to move Ramiel as a result. I didn't realize he put a Nerve Tank down at Command Center to protect it a little bit. Was there something that stopped him from clashing with Shinji that one turn that I just missed? All right, he's going to be able to play Asuka and get the kill on Ramiel. I think he does still have one more guaranteed, whatchamacallit here. There's a Cell Jr. to kill Vegeta. Does he have a card like Disappearances or something similar to gain 1 power? Oh, he's going to Time Machine back in the Cell Jr. Interesting. A little surprised he wouldn't just try and keep power. Full fate here. At least 2 red alerts are in the discard. I think that last card is red alert. Seal Interference on the Magi here, basically. Take away some of his drawing options. It's not impossible that Never could kill whatever Angel comes out here, but I find it unlikely. Move an item. You'd have to have... No, I don't think he can. I don't think there's any way he can get the Angel here. He can throw down 2 Nerve Tanks and set up the kill, but he can't, whatever. If this is a red alert like I think it is, then Egg needs to make sure he doesn't fate this turn. Oh, he could be setting up, oh, never mind, he's using Instant Transmit. That also sets up the kill. I was gonna say he could be setting up a Special Beam kill. That, -1 means that Gohan is now very much in kill range. Moving Time Machine instead of the Multiform. Fair enough, I guess. I feel like Multiform might have been the better move there, but that's fine. Playing Perfect Barrier? He better have another card in hand that can weaken Gohan, otherwise that's a throw. He must. Egg isn't that dumb. Yeah, Never has to fate here. If he doesn't fate here, he loses. Like, easily. I'm pretty sure this is a guaranteed red alert. Oh, we are going to see a Horrible Truth to set himself up for the potential win, and he also got Ava 01 on Asuka there. He's brought this Gendo game a lot closer than I thought he would, to be fair. Mr. Satan and Time Chamber. Not exactly what you want to be seeing here. Honestly, you probably just Time Chamber Gohan. I feel like there are too many ways he can sneak out an easy Mr. Satan kill. is a guaranteed red alert, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Gendo could still bring this back if he gets really lucky on the reshuffle. He's going to have like a full Fate deck. He is going to do the Time Chamber on Gohan. He's going to have a full Fate deck, so Time Chambers are less likely to reshuffle. Don't multi-Fate this. I would full Fate. He's going to multi-Fate it. No, multi-Fate this. I said it backwards. You multi-Fate because you want the other red alert to go in. What was I saying? Sorry. My brain immediately went to, what if the next card is AT Field? Go ahead and get it out. But no, you multi-Fate to get red alert in. That's not where Sachiel goes. There you go. Moves an ally. Yeah, multi-Fate is 100% the right call here. I said the wrong thing. We're going to see him move Time Machine to shuffle back in Perfect Barrier. See, this is why I feel like the multiform would have been a better pull later, because he could have moved multiform and, like, threatened WinCon again, but instead he's just, like, shuffling and redrawing stuff, which is a little strange. We're going to see him discard. Discard Absorb? He's going to play Appeal to Pride. Fair enough. Threaten on that Shinji kill, which might be happening right now. $16 and Krillin. Probably wants to see more like Goku or something right now, but Krillin at Arena. Fair enough. Make sure that Gohan is, I probably would have played 16 because, like, he's not going to kill Gohan without, like, winning the game. Huge, horrible truth turn to get rid of Bardiel there. Holy cow. Well, Egg better have an answer to Krillin here. Yeah, Special Beam Cannon. He had the Gohan kill set up. And then he needs to reshuffle. He doesn't necessarily need a red alert here. Red alert would be phenomenal. Red alert might even be, like, game deciding. But if he just gets a hero, he's probably in a good spot. Hero's good enough. Block Terminal Dogma. That guarantees him not getting faded. But does he have a way to deal with Gohan? He's going to try and find one. Oh, yep, that'll do it. Self-destruct. He's got game on board, and Gendo cannot fate. And I do not believe there's any way Gendo can win. Credit to Neverearly. This game is way closer than I thought it would be. But I don't think there's anything he can do here. He can play Ray and get the kill there. Yeah, but he can't kill the mass production, and then it's just self-destruct. Never got that game a lot closer than I thought he would. A lot closer than I thought he would. So fair play to him. Incredibly well done. But that is going to be game in Egg's favor. And he will be taking the 2-0 victory against Neverearly in this one. So good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, let's go take a look at the bracket and see what we've got going on in the semifinals now. So with that, Egg claims victory over Neverearly, moving himself into the semifinals. He's made it into the top 4. He's going to be going up against Lark, which is a tall order, but he might just be able to cause an upset and make his way to the finals. We'll have to wait and see, but before that, we've got one more game to go in round 2. So look forward to that coming very soon. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, farewell.